All right, so we have a new segment called Crypto Showdown. Pretty much we get two cryptocurrencies and we have them compete head to head. So in today's segment for Crypto Showdown, we have Compound and MakerDAO. So go to minty.com and tell us which cryptocurrency token are you more bullish on? Are you more bullish on Compound, which just launched recently and is now top 20 market cap, or are you more bullish on MakerDAO? So we'll give people a few minutes to go and make the voices heard. I'll basically kind of go through and chime in. So if we go to DeFiPulse.com, so MakerDAO has basically been the Bitcoin version of in DeFi. So in the past, the dominance for DeFi was almost over 50% in MakerDAO. But as of this week, the flipping has occurred. Maker is not king of the hill anymore. Maker now is number 2, and Compound is the new big daddy. Compound, as you see here, over 40% of assets in all of DeFi. Over 40% of assets, 4 out of 10 of assets locked up in DeFi. DeFi now has gone from over $1 billion to $1.5 billion in pretty much just a week, all thanks to Compound. And Compound is now the catalyst that could really take the DeFi trend to a whole different level, right? So if we go here, Maker only has $440 million in assets locked up. Compound has over 600 million. And if we go to coin market cap, Compound is now number 18 in terms of market cap, almost $1 billion in terms of market cap for Compound. And that happened pretty much overnight. As mentioned, Coinbase Pro is mentioned they'll be listing Compound. If we go to Maker is 25th in market cap. So I think this is definitely a very, very interesting trend. As you know, we're very bullish on Maker. If we go on Token Metrics, Maker has, for the most part, been in our top 20 for value investors based on rankings. So now people are probably wondering, what do we think of Compound? And I mean, long story short, Compound is a good project. But in terms of how good it is, stay tuned. We already have the fundamental score on the platform. So if you're a customer, just go to tokenmetrics.com and we'll have the fundamental score up there already. And the technology score and the code review will be up probably in a few days. The rating is already finished. We just have to enter it onto the platform. But Compound is definitely the real deal, long story short. Now, is it better than MakerDAO? That remains to be seen. Just go to our site and we'll have the full in-depth review. We also have an in-depth investment report that we plan to send out, I would say by the end of the month, so probably in a week or so. Right now it's finished. We just have to go through, just make a few tweaks. But I mean, Compound is a good project. Bill, any other comments before we go back to the Crypto Showdown?
Sure. You want to look at the chart of Maker?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. All right. Screen share coming up right now. Okay. So let's talk about this. All right. So one of the benefits to having an old school guy like me around is I look at DeFi and I look at these DeFi rankings, and it's almost like these DeFi projects, they're like banks. These are the crypto banks in effect, right? And it reminds me of like late 80s, early 90s when all the big banks started to get into a whole variety of fancy ventures, right? And it was like 4 or 5 big ones at the top, not just one winner. So I'm looking at Maker here, and yes, Compound is clearly trending up, but I think Maker is about to do this shoulder that I keep talking about, like right here, where everyone just kind of gives up, like Matic. And, you know, if you look at what Maker has been able to do in the past, okay, it has been able to go up. I mean, it came from a very high place. Okay.
Oh man.
Right. Okay.
Fall from grace.
Right. It's a fall from grace, but we were talking about this with like Zilliqua, right? A long time ago, right? We were talking about the give up trade because that's been the play in alts. Find the give up trade. So yeah, people may give up on Matic. Okay. I'm sorry, on Maker. All right. but that could be an opportunity, because I don't think it's like compounds here and then they're just makers going away. I think that's like absolutist thinking, right? Like,
Right.
I'm a compound maximalist. Well, I don't know. Are
Yeah.
you a Citibank maximalist? And Chase and Wells Fargo should go away? No, it's not like that, right?
Well
so,
said. Well said.
So I think there's opportunity here, you know, and I think that speaks to the site. You know, if I can do sort of the shameless plug, is it, you know, our site is helping people sort through which are the coins. Like, what coins do you want to buy on a dip? Like, even the block stack chart has at least stabilized, right? So yeah, that's how I would weigh in on the, you know, on one versus the other.
Yeah, well said, well said. I mean, going back to those points, for anybody out there who's a long-term investor, value investor, as we keep on saying, you want to buy from pessimists and sell to optimists. So putting that into perspective this week, right now, lots of people are pessimistic on Maker because there's a new shiny token in town called Compound. So as Bill mentioned, now is probably a good time to look into possibly buying the dip, because now it's very, very undervalued. And that's the crucial thing, because projects fundamentals haven't really changed. But right now, those projects that are undervalued are very, very cheap. Now, going to Compound, while Compound, yes, is a good project, there's so much hype, there's so much FOMO. Yes, it's crypto. Yes, the hype could keep on going to the moon and beyond. However, I mean, from a TA perspective, because we have put it into the platform on tokenmetrics.com. Actually, let me see if I can pull up the TA here. One of the cool things is, looks like our platform is already pulling in the TA from some exchanges, even though it's not on TradingView yet. So that's one of the perks of having our platform. Let me just make sure this is the right token. Yeah, it's the right one. Okay, so let me do a screen share. Just give me 1 second. So, okay, so do take this with a grain of salt, because the score is still being finalized. So this is not the official final score. But in terms of the TA right now is very bearish. But this is mainly because everything is new, right? As you can see here, it's just been pretty much just green candle after green candle after green candle. So everything is pretty new. It is seeing some bearish candlestick patterns. Not sure how valuable that is. It does say the VWAP is bullish, but as we have more data, then we'll have more information. But for our customers, if you want to go through and see the final score, which will be finalized in the coming week, just go to tokenmetrics.com and sign up. Just type in comp, and you'll find everything there. We'll also be emailing out to our customers the in-depth investor report by the end of the month. And yeah, if you don't have an account yet, we have a 14-day free trial for Token Metrics. Just be sure to go through and join at tokenmetrics.com. The free trial is going away eventually, probably in the next month or two. We plan to make a change in terms of how the platform is used for new customers or new trials. So with that being said, though, let us know what you think. Are you bullish on Compound or Maker? If we go back now to Mentimeter, let's see what the audience has said. So Crypto Showdown, Compound or Maker? Compound wins in first place. Compound, the new shiny DeFi token, is king of the hill. Maker DAO, very undervalued, but now it has been dethroned as the champ of DeFi. As you see here, even DeFi Pulse has replaced this from Maker dominance to Compound dominance. So, I mean, definitely very interesting times we're in. DeFi has now gone from, because last time DeFi, less than a month ago, DeFi was under $1 billion on June 5th. And now it's almost going to $2 billion in terms of total value locked up. So, I mean, this is definitely a wild time. And during this entire process, Bitcoin has pretty much been stagnant. Bitcoin hasn't really been moving. ETH hasn't been moving, as Bill mentioned. And for those who watched our last live stream, we talked about how alts could really be the way to go in terms of alt season, and not being affected with what's happening on Bitcoin or what's happening with equities. And that seems to be the case. Any last words on that, Bill?
No, I think you said it all. I think our system, you know, when you saw the readings on Compound, you know, our system doesn't FOMO. Like I don't FOMO, and neither does the artificial intelligence, right? So it goes back to this whole idea of, you know, even if it's a small dip, you know, wait for the dip.
Yeah, wait for the dip. Don't get wrecked. All right. Let us know what you think down in the comments below.